Who disagrees with Lauren?
Nothing's waste. There's no waste here, though. I mean, this has been an important public conversation that we've had about police brutality, about police corruption, about state violence. I mean, there were even talks about making him the first domestic drone target. I mean, this is serious business here. I don't think it's been a waste of time at all. And as far as Dorner himself goes, he's been like a real-life superhero to many people. Now, don't get me wrong. What he did was awful. Killing innocent people is bad. But when you read his manifesto, when you read the message that he left, he wasn't entirely crazy. He had a plan and a mission here, and many people aren't rooting for him to kill innocent people. They're rooting for somebody who was wronged to get a kind of revenge against the system. It's almost like watching Django Unchained in real life. It's kind of exciting.
But he went about it the wrong way.
Let me jump in and just at least say on the LAPD angle, we now know Chief Beck said, look, yes, we will, and re-look at the firing. We'll investigate. I don't know where that stands given sort of the status of the case right now. But do you think that this should serve as a catalyst for a conversation talking about racism in the LAPD?
I think this is
absolutely
really. I think this is really even beyond just talking about the LAPD, though. I think the issue is that you'll always have people on social media who support these villains. I mean, there are James Holmes fans.
But is this the same thing?
Social media too.
Jack, is it the same thing?
I think there's something to. I think there's some part of it that's just social media weirdness. But I think there's also something to it in that the narrative of Christopher Dorner doesn't. I mean, in some ways, it resembles a Denzel Washington movie where someone is wronged and he stands up for himself and it goes down in a blaze of glory. It's hard for it not to turn into a movie.
We have the law. We have the law. There are appropriate ways to do this. You can
not
escalate.
if the law is broken.
Well, and I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that what
What if we even say, like, previous to, take the murderous rampage out of it? Would he have had a point?
Would he have had a point to?
Yes.
That he could have gone through the proper channels, of course. I mean, I think that this kind of thing happens a lot, but you don't go out and kill people.
The game totally changed. The game totally changed.
The proper channels don't work. If I say that the LAPD, if I say the LAPD is corrupt, if I say the LAPD is corrupt, and you say, well, go through the proper channels. The proper channels is to call the LAPD. I'll give you a perfect example. There are hundreds, literally thousands of cases of police brutality reported about the LAPD every year. 99% of them are dismissed. Guess who does the investigation? The LAPD. That's the problem. So you can't go to bed.
Right.
MC Lyte, I want to hear from you.
Absolutely.
MC Lyte, you're listening to all these voices. What do you think?
Absolutely. Everyone's making a point that needs to be heard, I'm sure. My take, and especially what I read about the case, is that he wanted to make good in terms of reporting, I guess, a fellow officer who had kicked a homeless person. So if it all has catapulted into this, I mean, sure, shame, and yes, just, but it is extreme to take another's life. But I can also see on the social media front, there are lots of folks there who say a lot of things that
Jack's right.
They
he
ought
makes a
not
point. It's
say.
the weirdness.
And the
weirdness about it, but truthfully so, people are, it's an uproar because people are being brutalized within LA and all over this nation. We're seeing kids die at the hands of police brutality. So, yeah, it's out of weirdness, but these social media, it's good to hear what these people have to say. And yes, it is not a waste of time because it's a conversation that needs to take place.
I'm glad we had the conversation. I have a feeling the conversation will continue.